Welcome back to the BCU Gary Freeman Spring Invitational. I'm Brian Harvey. We're joined by Bethune-Cookman men's and women's golf coach Loritz Scooter Clark. Coach, men's team leading after round one at 291. Talk about their performance today.
Solid. I mean, I spend most of the time here in the clubhouse working with the tournament, but I mean, a lot of preparation in the season. In the off season, we did a lot of stat work. You know, really holding the guys accountable for what they do on the golf course. So, you know, and it started last semester. We really put some thought into a new stat sheet that we put together, Coach Nick and myself. So really just holding the guys accountable for some of the mistakes they make on the golf course. And I think through that, you know, we're really starting to see the results of that. So hopefully we can carry that into the rest of the season.
Leon talked about a little bit of rust, a couple of months off, but still shot a 2 under. Ryan shoots an even 72. Talk about the play of those two guys today. Obviously, it's the Frickers. They did what they normally do, but you've also got Manny, you've also got Matt McKnight, and y'all had Rolf back for this tournament. Just talk about how those guys did in the first tournament with a layoff.
You know, with the Frickers, I mean, they actually are coming into some new equipment, so it's like having new toys for them.
Right.
So they're excited about that. But did some good work with the swing instructor. Been working out. Leon's really gotten dialed in with some more course management stuff, mental preparation. So for him to come out and shoot 2 under, it's kind of fruits of his labor. You know, he's starting to see it early, and hopefully, like I said, we'll continue to see that. Ryan's Ryan, and he's going to continue to be solid. Truthfully, he's more focused and more determined this semester, and you can see it kind of in his practice demeanor and such. So Manny, he just came off of stage performance, so he did some stage work up in Virginia. And was really happy about that. So he's actually just getting back grounded and really starting to get back to work. So 79 for him is solid. Okay, you know, like I said, he's you know, going to continue to move in that direction and get better. Rolf is, you know, having some issues with the wrist, hurt him a little bit. So really just getting him to stay within himself and not try to do too much and push himself too hard. So Matt McKnight mentally is in a better spot this year. In the start of this year, or in the fall semester, it was just going through a little mental trepidation on the golf course and going through it, but coming out now, he's mentally a lot tougher and a lot more secure in himself. So,
Coach, weather conditions today a little bit chillier than we're normally used to here in Volusia County, but how do you think the team battled through that, as well as all the participating teams here?
You know, I mean, it didn't turn out too bad today. Last year, first round was
freezing,
45 degrees. We couldn't get it in because it was 36 holes. We shortened it to 18 so that we could get both days in. So, but as far as the conditions, I mean, it turned out great. I think this morning was a little chilly for them, a little wet, but other than that, I mean, they dried out. They played, especially the backside here.
Felt good. It was nice to be back out there. Long layoff between our last tournament and now. A little bit of rust definitely showed at the start. I was a bit guidey, but I managed to pull it through and play some really nice golf towards the end.
I couldn't tell that you had rust. I mean, it's been a couple months off, but I couldn't tell. 2 under on that first one. I mean, what were you feeling out there that allowed you to kind of get the 2 under and set the tone here today?
Well, the coaches have been working us really hard, and you know, going out there, I didn't feel too out of place. Got some new clubs, which were probably the biggest hindrance for me today, judging the yardages, but I managed to deal with it pretty well. A few rusty things coming out, but I can definitely work them out going forward.
Leon, talk about the weather today. Obviously a little bit chillier than normal here in Daytona, but not as bad as it was last year. So how did you guys kind of manage through that today?
Well, being from England, it's something I'm used to.
It feels good for you.
This feels perfect. I mean, this is just lovely. A little bit cold to start off with. The ball was going a little bit shorter, but once we dialed that in, it was real good.